Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John. Today I have a new album review by the band Hypocrisy, and the album is called Worship. So before I begin, if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I do rock and metal reviews, rankings, and more. So this is a band that I've really never heard of before, like this album came out, but they've been around for a while now. You know, they formed in 1991. They are part of like the Swedish death metal scene, and I really like Swedish death metal bands. I have like a few different CDs like Opeth and like Arch Enemy, and I really like those bands a lot. So that's kind of like what got me interested in this band. And this band is actually different than a lot of different like death metal bands. They write their lyrics mostly about like aliens and like paranormal experiences, and they've been around a while. This is their 13th album. And all the albums have been released on Nuclear Blast Records. So the sound is melodic death metal. To me, it reminded me a lot of the band like Amon Amarth. But, they don't sing about Vikings. They sing about like aliens. And I thought that was pretty cool. So I really like the album cover. The pyramids actually look like the same ones from like Chichen Itza. They're Mayan pyramids in Mexico. And it has some like spaceships and aliens. Actually, here's a picture of me in Chichen Itza in 2011, so you can see the pyramid does look very similar. And actually, the scene itself reminds me a lot of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So I'm gonna do a track by track because the songs are very unique. So first one is called Worship, title track. It starts out with like an acoustic guitar, almost like a folk music kind of thing, but it goes right into a melodic riff and it kind of has a very like epic feel. The song takes off, it's heavy, has blast beats, has death metal screams. The song does take some twists and turns, has different like melodic leads, has some chunky death metal riffs, and the vocals are very harsh. And like I said again, it reminds me of like that Amon Amarth type of like vocals. Next is a Chemical Whore. This one has some more melodic riffing, kind of like moves like a little slower. And on this song, you do hear like the lower register, like death metal growls, and they do some of that like higher pitch, like those like black metal vocals. And there is a music video for the song, and they do talk about like the pharmaceutical industry and how they show like a woman like being held in a stretcher, and it's pretty cool. I recommend checking it out. After that, Greedy Bastards. I like this one a lot. Has like a heavy riff, reminds me a little more of like thrash metal. It has more of those like heavy vocals, has a steady drum beat, and has death metal and black metal vocals. I really like the chorus. That's something like greedy bastards. I think the sound sounds like that, and lots of melodic lead guitar runs. So I like this one a lot. Next is Dead World. This one reminds me of like the English version of like Rammstein's Du Hast. I mean, there's like one of the lyrics. It's like, you hate me, I hate you. Something like that. That's just what it reminded me of. But the song has those like fast rhythms, some blast beats. The vocals are harsh, has some like black metal screams. The tempo's change in the song when there are some parts that kind of move at like a slower pace. They do some of that like tremolo picking in the song, and in the song, they talk about like an evil, like one world government. They kind of like hint at like the use of like vaccines and like taking over the world and things like that. Track number 5, We're the Walking Dead. So this one's again a little slower. Starts out with like the twin melodic lead guitar riffing, followed by some like staccato riffs. And this one has kind of more of like a doom metal feel and has some choirs in the background. Kind of creates some pretty cool sound textures in the background. Next, Brotherhood of the Serpent. This one moves at like a slightly slower pace. Kind of like the sound of the twin guitars. Has like some faster riffing, some gang vocals as well, some muted palm like galloping guitars, and you do mix in some of the clean guitars and blast beats and add some variety of the song. Children of the Grey. This one has a slow clean guitar intro. It slowly builds, followed by some heavy sustained power chords going into the twin guitar riff. The vocals are very harsh, kind of remind me of like those vocals from like Creator. Then you also have those like death growls. Also has like a slight thrash metal feel, and there are some like quiet parts in the middle of the song, and kind of reminds me of like that like 80s thrash. Another Day. This one brings back the fast and heavy sound of the early death metal, moves at a fast pace. Lots of rapid fire tremolo picking, harsh vocals mixed in there, and some more like melodic leads. They Will Arrive. Another fast and heavy song with some blast beats, some chunky palm muted riffs, and This one has the harsh vocals and the screams and the melodic leads. The song is about an alien takeover and kind of representative of like the album art. And, pretty cool vocals. I like the line was like, "The sky is falling." Something like that, and kind of like a black metal voice. So also Bug in a Net has some slow atmospheric intro, has a very epic sound. Another slow-paced song reminds me a lot of Amon Amarth. Lots of melody, it kind of moves at a slower pace, and I do like the slow and atmospheric ending to the song. The final song is called Gods of the Underground. The song is fast, the song is heavy, has a steady drum beat, and has some melodic guitars. The main riff is very heavy and technical, and the lyrics also mention like the Illuminati and aliens. So if you do like that type of lyrical content, you'll like this. The vocals are both like the guttural death growls and those harsher like black metal style vocals. And that's it. In conclusion, so next month I will be doing a lot of like end of the year lists, and one of them will be a top 10 death metal albums, and this one will probably make that list. I'm just telling you right now. It's really good melodic death metal, and I'm interested in their other albums. The album is very consistent. I liked all the songs. They were heavy, but each song was very memorable for me. Sometimes with death metal, the songs kind of like blend into each other. You listen to a full album, but these songs all have their own like special characteristics. It's heavy enough if you're a fan of like brutal death metal, and it's melodic enough if you like maybe like power metal or traditional metal like Iron Maiden or Judas Priest. So for me, I wasn't expecting to review this, but I'm giving this album a 9 out of 10. So let me know in the comments what you thought of the album, or if you have heard any of the other albums from this band, because I've actually never heard of this band before. They released this album. So we go do some anniversary reviews of Alice Cooper's Killer, Yes, Fragile, and I will do my Mastodon ranking video, and I do have like another day. I'll have to think of another topic, but please remember, like, comment, subscribe, check out the other videos. I will put them over here, and I will see you all in the next one.